This lady is an op. This lady is an op. There's no way around it. In one breath, Stephanie White wants to finally come to grips in terms that the Indiana Fever is Caitlin Clark's team. Now, we all know she was forced and pressured into saying that. She had said multiple times, Kelsey Mitchell's the main priority here, yada, yada, yada. And we have in this article where Stephanie White blasts Caitlin Clark fans again, calling them toxic as if her
Some fans believe Stephanie White's comments fit perfectly into the WNBA's preferred narrative about the league's new era. Instead of addressing years of tension, gatekeeping, and veteran-driven hostility that existed long before Caitlin Clark arrived, White directed her criticism at the fans, specifically Clark's supporters, labeling the environment around them as toxic. To many people, that feels like a convenient redirect. It shifts attention away from the league's long-standing issues and onto the very audience that has fueled record-breaking growth. What she didn't acknowledge is the years of simmering resentment inside the WNBA, the rough on-court treatment Clark has faced since her first game, and the fact that the league itself has benefited enormously from the attention Clark brings. So now fans are asking a fair question. Is Stephanie White genuinely concerned about toxicity, or is she defending the league establishment that has struggled to adjust to this new surge of attention?
Us toxic for saying the obvious about the sabotage that was going on in this league and how this woman has been targeted since before she even stepped foot in it, all while Stephanie White wants to ignore the facts of what the other players in this league have done. From disrespecting fans, starting fake racial investigations, going on platform, I'm gonna give you the facts that Stephanie.
We need to talk about Stephanie White, because with her latest comments, she's made it crystal clear where she stands. This isn't just about coaching strategy or post-game analysis. It's about choosing a side in a cultural divide that has been brewing inside the WNBA for years. A divide that didn't suddenly appear because Caitlin Clark showed up. It existed long before, simmering under the surface, shaping attitudes, shaping locker rooms, shaping fan conversations. And now that Clark has brought the league unprecedented attention, the spotlight is exposing everything, the tensions, the resentments, the resistance to change. Instead of acknowledging that this surge in relevance is because fans, media, and new audiences are showing up in record numbers for Clark, Stephanie White directed her frustration at those very fans, positioning them as the problem. To a lot of people watching, that wasn't just a comment, it was a declaration. A signal that she's aligning herself with the old guard, the establishment mindset that has struggled to embrace the seismic shift Clark represents. This isn't about basketball anymore. It's about a league confronting a new era it wasn't prepared for, and a veteran coach revealing exactly which side of that era she's standing on.
Sue Bird's podcast, where she kind of spoke about the toxicity around the league and things that needs to change. Let's get into it. Here it says, Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White shared a strong message about negativity surrounding the WNBA. Here it says, the WNBA experiencing a massive growth period over the past couple of years is an undoubtedly good thing. In fact, there's a case to be made that it could not have come at a better time for the league, given that the Players Association is currently in negotiations with the WNBA League office for the next collective bargaining agreement. And
in one breath, Stephanie White finally acknowledged what the entire basketball world has known from the moment the draft card was turned in. The Indiana Fever is now Caitlin Clark's team. But let's be honest here. Nobody believes she came to that conclusion willingly. This wasn't a revelation. This was pressure. This was reality cornering her until there was no other narrative left to hide behind. For months, White was pushing a very different storyline, that Kelsey Mitchell was the centerpiece, the franchise anchor, the player the system was built around. She repeated it in interviews. She emphasized it in press conferences. She doubled down even after Clark arrived, and the entire identity of the team, the fan base, and the league shifted overnight. We all saw it. The quotes weren't subtle. The message was loud and clear. Mitchell is the priority. Mitchell is the one. Mitchell is who the Fever revolves around. And look, nobody is taking anything away from Kelsey Mitchell. She's an elite scorer and a respected veteran. But pretending nothing changed the second Caitlin Clark entered the building was never going to fly. The world's attention had already moved. The business had shifted. The numbers changed. The culture changed. The Fever's relevance changed. White was the only one still trying to pretend the old hierarchy still existed. And now, she's forced to say the quiet part out loud. This is Clark's team. Not because she wants to admit it, not because she suddenly had a change of heart, but because denying it any longer would make her look completely detached from reality. The truth is, Clark didn't take anyone's spot. She didn't demand the throne. The sport, the fans, the sponsors, and the global stage handed it to her. Stephanie White is just late to the acceptance phase.